2024 may have been a great year overall for WWE. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbow farts, and there were a lot of missteps along the way. Today I'll be covering 5 things that I did not like about WWE in the calendar year 2024. But before we get into the sadness that is coming, go ahead and like and subscribe. And you may not like what's in this video, but if you like and subscribe, it lets me know that you like me, and I appreciate that. Alright, let's get sad, angry, and maybe stupid. Coming in at number 1, I did not like how the tag titles were presented on a main roster. NXT's a different story. Main roster tag titles I thought were such a afterthought this year. From the Judgment Day having the unified ones and just kind of having matches thrown together, especially at that the PLE Elimination Chamber, to which it was a thrown together tournament for a thrown together team just to get, I guess, a match in there. That's how they want to see it. I don't know. There's life brought into it. At WrestleMania 40, you know, they had the tag titles above in a ladder match, 6 teams. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty good match. 8-Town Down Under, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller won the SmackDown titles, and Miz and R-Truth won the Raw, thus breaking up the titles. Later on, they were the titles were repackaged. Raw tag titles was repackaged to the World Tag Team titles, SmackDown to the WWE, and it seemed like they would start caring about more until they didn't. There was non-consequential defenses, if there was a defense at all. Never featured on PLEs, pretty much. It was just, oh yeah, let's do this. And then, again, life was thought to be brought in on the SmackDown side once DIY won it, only to lose it to the Bloodline later, who at least got the titles on main event TV just by being there. And then once the Murray City Machine Guns came in, they won, and then it's breathing signs of life now towards the end of 2024. We'll see how long that lasts. I hope it does. These titles need to be featured. I'm a huge tag team wrestling guy. A great tag team match is, to me, almost all times better than a great one-on-one match. I mean, I love tag team wrestling, and I wish it would get some life on the main roster. I'm not really gonna talk about the Raw side because it was just all year. Your main roster tag titles is one of the things I absolutely hated. So the next thing, I'm gonna make sure I'm clear because it's not something that lasted the whole year, and it turned around in a big way. But at the beginning, I absolutely hated Solo Sikoa's being a tribal chief. I thought he was boring. I thought, you know, he was still trying to be the silent enforcer in a role that doesn't work with a silent enforcer. You brought in a new bloodline, Tama Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and it helped a little at the beginning, but still Solo was trying to be this, and it even got more evident that it wasn't working at the beginning when they when Paul Heyman refused to acknowledge him as a tribal chief, and so they whooped Paul's ass and kicked him out. And it's just this first couple months, it was, I can't think of another word, just boring. It was not catching, it was not clicking. But like I said, I didn't like the beginning of the character. Now Solo was once Solo started showing more personality that him and his brothers, the Usos, seem to just have, like basically the whole family just has that personality, kind of being more like arrogant and joking because he's arrogant. He can be joking. Once he started showing that, oh my god, the character went from 0 to 100 in an instant. I love it now. But those first couple months were, and it was so focused on and put under a spotlight because he was feuding with Cody and main eventers Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, because he was featured in main events and title matches. It was just, can't really hide it. You guys got right through it. So yeah, the beginning of Solo's tribal chief arc. Let's not remember that part. Let's remember where he is now. Just better place. This next thing pissed me off. Pissed me all the way off. I made a video. It's somewhere on my channel. If I find it, I'll link it over there. This next thing pissed me all the way off. Damn Money in the Bank match for the men. And that bullshit that was that booking decision. And I don't remember how the match was. It could have been a great match. But like, to throw it on Drew McIntyre. One at the time, I thought, oh, okay, so maybe he was, because at the time he was embroidered with a feud with CM Punk, and I thought like, oh, like you could throw the world title in a feud with CM Punk. Punk's about to be healthy, about to do the grabs through the hands and all kind of stuff, and I thought it'd been great, but no, they didn't. Drew won the briefcase, and then tried to cash in later that evening in a world title match between Damian Priest and Seth Rollins, which had an all-time botch in there. Go back and watch Money in Bank. But Drew comes down to cash in, and I thought, okay, throw the title on Drew again and ride it out. But they didn't, because once again, Mr. Chicago-made Punk, Phil Brooks, thwarted Drew in his attempt to be great. Not only did he thwart his attempt to be great and win a title, it was a damn waste of the Money in the Bank briefcase. It could have gone to someone who we seen just last year with Damian Priest. Damian Priest had not the greatest run with the briefcase, but cashed in at WrestleMania and had I would say, pretty good run as champion. Made him a main eventer. The briefcase could have gone to somebody else who would have, used it to elevate themselves to a main event in that match. But no, it was wasted on a 5-second spot to boost a feud between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk that was already at a fever pitch, that was already boiling, and didn't need a briefcase. So you waste a thing that's a storyline all year round just for a 5-second bump that wasn't a bump. In fact, it pissed a lot of people off and may have hurt the feud. So yeah, that men's Money in Bank match, ass. All right, that number 4, which is weird because I like people in it, like involved in it, but I didn't like the overall thing. And that would be how the Raw women's division was booked throughout the year. You had the top people with Liv, who was champion for basically most of the year, from May to closing out the year as 2024 champ. Before that, it was Rhea, then it was Becky, and then Liv was basically your champions. And there were moments in the division where everything was cool, like anytime Io was in the match. I thought Lyra Valkyria should have been promoted more, because when she was in the ring, she did great. Almost won the Queen of the Ring. And like I said, there were moments where it was good, but overall, it was just Liv, Dom, Rhea, and then everyone else kind of just did whatever if they weren't involved in the tag team titles. Raw at the time, like most of the year, was 3 hours. It went to 2 hours for a couple of months there, which I guess hurt the time the women's division had. But even still, when they had 3 hours, it was just afterthought matches that really didn't do much. And there's too many talented women on that division for them not to be featured more. Especially when you look at SmackDown was 2 hours 2024, and yet you had great matches and feuds featuring Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Jade Cargill. All of those people in a 2-hour show with the Bloodline got featured great this year. And Raw had 3 hours, and no, it needs to be done better in 2025. There's too much talent. I hope when they start doing this little transfer shit between the brands, that maybe break up some stars on SmackDown, bring them to Raw, bolster, I don't know. But all I know is that the Raw's women's division needs to be promoted and fixed, because going through that in 2025 is going to hurt women's wrestling in general. And number 5, I know it couldn't be controlled in the year. I just know because of damn TV and fucking censoring the crowd. Okay, censoring the goddamn crowd all the time hurts the product. When you had like major like promo time being censored because the crowd was giving it to the wrestler, or when like screens are being blacked because of a sign, it's stupid. It's like, oh, it's for the sponsors, it's for the network. You know what you're putting on screen. You know what pro wrestling is. If you don't, fire whoever fucking made the contract. Pro wrestling at its core is, just a microcosm of America. You have good guys, bad guys, rich guys, poor guys, people of all races and stuff. And when you know, something pissed you off, you want to cuss it out. When something makes you happy, you want to cheer. But you can't have the cheers be full effect if you don't give the effect to the cussing out. You don't give the effect to the crowd, the booing and stuff. And when you have to show bleed, especially during Bloodline shit, because The Rock don't give a damn.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
Sick freak. Stop it.
The Rock is on there to say what the hell he wants. And you have a lot of it bleeped out. It just took away from things that were going on. It shouldn't be caught by surprise because the crowd has been chanting F you and ass and shit and stuff since the beginning of time. I'm sure. Since before I was born. And I was born in 93. So going in 2025, hopefully Raw on Netflix is good as far as like censoring shit because it's Netflix. SmackDown's just screwed. I mean, unless they get a little loose. Censoring the crowd and not letting one of the most important parts of a pro wrestling show be important. It does everybody disservice. So all that crowd censorship in 2024 was ass and needs to stop. I'm looking at you, USA Network. Piece of shit. Do better. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully, you know, you got some grievances out alongside me while I got some out. If you have any more, or if you disagree with some of my takes, let me know in the comments. I would love to read them. But, you know, that's going to do it for now. Again, like and subscribe. Despite this video being hate, show me some love. It'll make me feel better. All socials, by all socials, X, TikTok, Instagram, all that. I'm at It's Heartfelt. But for this video and on YouTube, I'm just Heartfelt. But it's not all bad. I did make a video on things that I liked in WWE. So if you want to check that out, it'll be on the screen somewhere. But for right now, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.